I wanted to put together this brief video with some important information about what you can expect. Some of you might be wondering, where will we sit? We will be gathering in the front lawn of our church property where I'm standing. You are encouraged to bring your own chairs, but if you need a chair, we will have a cart of folding chairs for those who might need to borrow. Once you arrive, you can find a place where you would be comfortable sitting. You will be asked to sit 6 feet apart from others who are not part of your household or part of your group. We won't measure precisely, and when in doubt, be sure to give people a little extra space. It's important that people around you are comfortable with the distance. There's a good amount of shaded room underneath the trees, but if you want to sit further out around the perimeter, you might also consider bringing an umbrella to provide some shade from the sun. Just be sure your umbrella isn't blocking the view of others behind you. Families with young kids, you can also bring a blanket, and if you would like, you can bring something to keep your kids occupied during the service. The length of the service will be shorter than usual, but your kids might enjoy the ability to spread out and to be comfortably engaged. Another important question you might be wondering is, are masks required? Yes and no. We are requiring that everyone wear a mask as they arrive and then also as they leave. If needed, we will have a station with disposable masks or face coverings near the main parking lot. We ask that the mask stays on until the service begins, at which time one of the pastors or worship leaders will invite those who would like to remove their masks. As long as you are seated, whether you keep your mask on or take it off, it's up to you. And by masks, I don't mean costumes. I am referring to nose and mouth airway coverings. During the service, we will not have any responsive readings or congregational singing. This, combined with being outside and maintaining 6 feet of distance, greatly reduces the possibility of communal spread. After the service, we will remind people to put their masks back on before they leave, as some might choose to linger and connect with others. One final question, one that you might not be asking now, but you might want to ask at some point during the service, is this: are the restrooms available in the church building? The restrooms can be utilized if needed, but only one person or household at a time. So try to plan accordingly, and if you get up during the service, don't forget to slide your mask back on while walking about. You can access the bathrooms through the fellowship hall doors. As time goes on, we might continue gathering outside and making adaptations. If there's ever a chance of rain, we would make a decision by 8:30 a.m. and communicate by email and text if we need to live stream the service from inside. If this happens, everyone will be encouraged to participate from home. In closing, I want to emphasize that for each individual and family and organization, this can be a difficult and confusing time to know how to operate. As we might hope to continue holding in-person gatherings, we need to be aware of two hard realities. Reality number one is this: collectively as a church, we have thousands of points of contact with people throughout the week. And over the long haul, it's likely that someone will come to one of our worship gatherings with the ability of spreading the virus. Such a person might not realize they are contagious and could be at the very beginning of developing symptoms, but could be contagious nonetheless. This first reality needs to be combined with reality number two. Every Sunday that we gather, we will likely have people attending worship who are in the at-risk category of complications from the virus. We can't determine who should come or who shouldn't come. Based upon these two realities, we are taking the virus very seriously, and we need to make sure that steps are taken, as we are taking steps, to minimize risk of spread. In recent weeks, I've thought often about the words of the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Philippians, where he writes these words: "Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but to the interests of others." As we plan to gather this Sunday and potentially in weeks to come, I hope that you will keep these words in mind. We are asked not only to look to our own interests, but to the interests of others. This is at the heart of what it means to be a church and to be followers of Jesus. I hope you will join us. Peace to all of you.